Hi, everyone, and welcome in today. I have quite the treat for you. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for being here. I know that you have helped me out so much with getting my channel out there to other people, so I would please ask you to continue to share me out, and also please continue to hit the subscribe button because that's the way my videos continue to be put out in front of new people, and it's just a refreshing feeling being put in front of, new people and new friends. So thank you so much for that. And I greatly appreciate all of your help. Oh, and the first things first, I was slightly distracted this morning. I got a feed on my phone of the Christie's live sale of the Ah Bak Ling collection. And the Ah Bak Ling collection was an exceptional and breathtaking collection of decorative arts. And I think it was Liang Lin who was the auctioneer, and she controlled that room. Her tone of voice and her welcoming gesture for the bids. She welcomed bids. It was like a master class of auctioning. She just was truly exceptional and an inspiration to this inspiring auctioneer. She just was just amazing. So if you get a chance, go over to the Christie's YouTube page and check that auction out. I think it was maybe 4 hours long or so. What an amazing collection. First things first, on my desk, I still had this, and I laugh because I say, in Ohio we say, Cartier. Cartier. No, it's Cartier. Cartier. And I say in Ohio, Cartier. And you say it real quick just so people know that you don't mispronounce it. Cartier. It's Cartier, and this is a luxury brand, of course. Everybody knows Cartier as a luxury brand, and why I show this is 750, which is in fact 18 karat gold. And look at the hallmark system on the inside of this. The registry mark, this tiny little cipher hallmark, the Cartier signature, and the quality of this. This is known as the love ring. You know I don't do yellow gold. But this was an exception. I found this at the pawn shop. And a lot of times when you find items on the secondary market, please be careful because there are so many fakes. So please do your own personal research on the hallmark system and the way things are finished and the way things are handled with the design. Look how beautiful and how handsome that ring is. And it's a size 10. And that's just, it exudes luxury and quality. And I don't buy by name or designer. That kind of really freaks me out in my collection. But this was an iconic ring by Cartier, and I love this. So, in Ohio, we also say ordinary Chardonnay. No, I'm just kidding. That's what I say at restaurants. I order it as ordinary Chardonnay. Okay, enough of the jokes because you're not here for that. But you're most certainly here for this. So, in front of you today, I bring out just over 40 carats of diamonds. And why I wanted to do this is kind of like a good, better, and best of diamond bracelets. And I can speak from experience on this. So the usual, or what's widely, I guess I could say, widely desired is such bracelets like this. This is a tennis bracelet, and this is 4.5 carats of very beautiful diamonds. Now, they're not the highest quality. You can see some carbon and inclusions. The color is kind of off. They're kind of a gray. This is beautiful in real life, and in the daylight, once it's on the wrist, you really can't tell that the stones, aren't the best. So this is about appearance. This is about overall impact. And why I don't want to pick on a diamond tennis bracelet because I sell a lot of them. But what this doesn't give for me, it doesn't give artistry. It doesn't give passion. It doesn't give design. It's they're beautiful, for what they are. And they're all about luxury of having, 4.5 carats of diamonds and 14 karat gold. And, I'm not knocking this, but in my sensitivity as a collector and also as a silversmith, I guess I come into this reselling world with a slightly different view of stones and design and quality. We go into this one, and this is an 8-inch wrist, and this is a cluster bracelet of, again, lower quality diamonds. This is in 10 karat gold, beautifully constructed. I do enjoy the design of this, looking back at Art Deco and streamline or clean, machine age, kind of tank link, if you will. I like the mixture of baguettes and rounds, and this is just giving kind of like an insider design kind of chat, if you will, on this one. Hope it makes sense to say that the quality of this one, does have a lot to be desired. But if you're going for flash and, a big, bold look, and you didn't want to spend, $8,000 to $10,000, this would be the route to go. If this is in 14 karat gold, they probably would have used better stones, but the stones aren't truly terrible. I've seen some diamonds that are much worse than these, but you see internal inclusions, and I'll do a diamond video on how to grade and, loosely how to grade, because my information that I give is to get you at least enough information that if you want to take the deep dive into diamonds, you can do that on your own. I'm not here to do that, but what I was here to talk about is over 40 carats of genuine diamonds. We'll get into a bracelet in just a minute that I bought at a pawn shop, and I had mentioned it in a previous video, and everybody has asked to see it. The tools of my trade, the tools that I use are, this is a carat gauge, and it's also a millimeter gauge, and this has been with me for a long time. It's both positive and negative in terms of there's the positive size of the stone, there's the negative. So I'll show you how to use this in just a second. So there's this version, and this is the carat for diamonds, and then this is the millimeter for like pearls or beads, and you use that and go over the millimeter gauge, or you can lay these on and then it tells you what millimeter. So if you lay this over a pearl or a bead or a jade, that's 11 millimeters. Or if it's set in something, you can lay that over and kind of double check the size. Okay, so this is a very useful tool. So there's that one. Highly recommend you get that if you don't have it and you're going into the jewelry reselling world. Very important tool to have, and I've yet to see a reseller mention this on YouTube, and that kind of is frustrating to me. But at any rate, here is your other carat gauge, and I've shown this before, so please forgive me if you've seen this before. Just give me a second, because there's a lot of new viewers. This one is just the pocket guide of this one. This is very fragile because you can bend these and break these off, so this is more of like a desktop version. This is kind of a pocket version, and you can see this has been with me for over 28 years of buying. And then what you do is you just lay these over to see what carat weight your stones are. So then you would just lay that over, and you would see how large the diamonds are, or I guess I could say mostly on this one, this is for diamonds, because all stones have, different weights or measurements per se. You can take the deep dive into that one as well, but you lay that over and then you can kind of see what the carat weight is. And I've worn the numbers off, but I know what numbers that they should be there. So, and then there's baguette, a few marquise, and it's very shy on marquise. There's not very many offered. So in marquise measurements, you might have to kind of get a guesstimation, if you will. So there's all this, there's all this information here for you. So that's a pocket guide. And the only other thing that I take into pawn shops is my beat up trusty loop. It's very dirty, been with me for 28 years. There's no protection on it. It's not the best loop, but this has made me, a lot of money over the years, without divulging my annual income. This has made me a lot of money, and it's my good luck loop. Let's just say that it's my good luck loop, and that shows you, the quality of these stones, and it magnifies the stones very big, so you can see, is there carbon in that stone? No, not really, but you'll get a very good feeling once you have these things in your hands to assist you in resale. Enough of a lecture series. I will say this this much. And when I say that, that is, sarcasm for me, because everyone says, well, you don't lecture us. And I said, well, I don't want my channel to start feeling like a lecture series. So when you lay these over, I'll give you a for example on, let's look at this one. So this was a 4.5 carat total weight. So 4.5 carats total on this one. This is approximately, weight estimation, approximately 9.5 to 10.5 carats total on this one, on the cluster bracelet. On this one, these are champagne diamonds. So they're not fancy colored diamonds, even though they do lean very pink. They're not really brown. They're in the very kind of a blush color, like almost pink. Do I feel like these could have been out of the Argyle mines? I do. I think so on these. Would I ever know the exact origin on these? The answer is no. This bold S-link in solid 14 karat gold, it's a gorgeous bracelet. The clasp is very substantial. The fold over is wonderful. The mechanism is great. Let's go in close on these stones. There is not a lot of carbon in these. They're relatively clean. When you're grading stones, it's always best to grade them. I always try and grade them one grade less than what I think they are. If I would guess that these are, let's say, an SI1, I would loosely grade them an SI2 just so that the buyer would be happier with their purchase. I don't like returns in my business. It's very frustrating to think that something has sold and then all of a sudden it's not sold. Like, i.e., if someone is, claiming something and they're not paying attention, which, happens, then you get a return and you've already paid your consignor. That's just not good business. And it also affects my selling reputation. My reputation in this business is very clean. And I challenge someone to, find something otherwise, but I take great pride in my work. I take my time. I've done my research. I've done my homework. I've applied all that for 28 years. And if you're getting into this, take your time, swim through the information. Go and take a look at these pieces in a retail store. See how they grade their diamonds. Go to a box store and see how they grade their diamonds to get an understanding as to the clarity and the cut and the color. Understand that, because that will help you out in the field to buy these things. I bought this diamond line bracelet in Burton, Ohio, approximately 3 seasons ago. And I paid $600 for this. I wouldn't sell this for any less than probably $4,500. Some people would think that that's aggressive, but I, let people decide what's best for them in their business. And then other people would say to me, no, that should be $7,000 because how large the stones are. This one is approximately 7 carats. And why I say that is when you take your gauge and you look at the carat size, let's take a look here and let's line this up. So you see that would be exactly 15 points or 16 points. I think that's, let me take my loop here and take a quick leak. I think, okay, that one's 18. Sorry about that. I have another gauge on my other desk. So that's 18. You can see that those stones are slightly larger than the 18. So that puts them into the 20 point category. That's 25. See, they're smaller than 25, but they're larger than 18. So that puts it right around 20 points per stone, times however many stones are there. That gives you the approximate carat weight. And someone had once said that, my math skills were questionable because they were a teacher. You know what? It's not about how you get there. It's about the end result and being accurate. And I've often told people I'm an artist and numbers don't work with me. Anyways, 7 carats of champagne diamonds, I would challenge someone to try and buy that for less than, $5,000 or $6,000. It's just not going to happen. I got lucky on that day. On to the one that I want to focus on probably the most because of these, like the good, the better, and then the best, at least this kind of gives you the breakdown of, I'll bring all 3 of them up and show you the good, better, and best in a moment. Let's cover this one. What's exceptional about this is this bracelet, all of these diamonds were GIA certified and GIA graded. When I mentioned the Gemological Institute of America. I feel that they are, at least in my research, my personal research and my personal opinion on my personal channel, they're the leader of the industry when it comes to specifically stone grading, and also I would say, the grading of diamonds. So these are all 25 points apiece. So they're a quarter carat each. And for a tennis bracelet, that is very large. Let's see here. So there's the 25 point, which would be a quarter carat, says right there for, anyone who can't, in my brain, sometimes I can't do that, but I'll get there eventually. See, those are 25 points. At least 25 points. You don't want to see a lot of air around that, meaning you don't want to see a lot of the stone hanging out. And then when you go to that, look, but you see some metal because that's where the bezel, that kind of crescent bezel, is rocked over those stones. See what I'm saying? So that's a quarter carat. And they were appraised as that. Look at the scintillation of these stones. The quality of this metal, the quality of this bracelet, the quality of the gold work. Look how that is opened up on the back. Very, very, very strong design, gorgeous craft of this industrious and beautiful construction. What I loved about this is there's not a lot of air in between each stone. So when it's on, look, it's all about the diamonds. You don't really notice the metal. I've talked about that in past videos, and people had questioned me and said, when you mention the quality of the metalwork, show us how there's not a lot of space in between the stones. This is a classic example. Now on the earlier example, and let me say that this is right at 11.5 carats. 11.5 carat tennis bracelet in that quality. Now this is, it does have a lot of fingerprints on it. I've moved it around from time to time. I've now recently shown, I think only one client did I show this to, and I'm going to wipe this off really quick. And I so appreciate your patience with my videos, and I hope you stay until the end, because this next bracelet I'm going to bring on is like nothing else I've ever seen. So let's lay these down. So there's the good version. Nothing wrong with this. This is beautiful, everyday wear, gorgeous. This is kind of the, I guess I could say the different or more artistic version, okay, with the off-colored, if you will, stones, right? And then you get into like the best version, and it's not knocking either two of these. They're just different. When I've told people before about quality, look at the stones here. You can see like some little issues here and there, but when they're on and they're across the room, they do all three hold up very well. And some people say, I don't like diamonds, period. I understand that, but they're also just another gemstone. I've never said that they're more important than anything else. Sometimes, and I've seen rubies and emeralds and sapphires surpass a comparable sized diamond or comparable sized diamond. I've seen the price, what do I say, of the colored stones go above the same carat weight in diamonds. We have all seen that at auctions and also at retail sales or in, galleries or high-end antique shops. But look at that for a diamond line bracelet. I do focus on that. And also when this is on, these are all three very well made and very balanced. So when they're on, they don't tip a lot. You don't see a lot of metal. You don't see the mounting. They all kind of roll with the wear and they all kind of stay in place. But aren't those beautiful, really? And then I'll put this one with it because that's just a whole different thing. All three of these are true line bracelets, and then you have that kind of cluster. I do have other diamond bracelets, but these were the four that I wanted to talk about. I'll lay these all down here, and I'll kind of regroup myself for the breathtaking grand finale. So when you have things like this, and you have this kind of tradition, traditional diamond line bracelet, tennis bracelet, through even, from, the Art Deco time period through more contemporary 1990s. You know, in the 80s, diamond line bracelets were like the thing, you know? Everyone wanted a diamond tennis bracelet to kind of keep up with the Joneses, you know? So I bring this one on as I'm just amazed by this, and I'll show you the tag first. I went into a pawn shop, and this is just a few days ago. Oh, there's a cat fur. Oh, that's one of my cat's furs that was on there. I should have left it. So this is 18 karat gold. And the price at the pawn shop was $24.99.95. So it's $2,500, and it saved me a nickel towards my Taco Bell order. Here I go. 20 minutes in, and of course I have to crack a bad joke. So you're here to learn 18 karat gold, and it gives the approximate diamond weight of 112 diamonds and at 0.07, so 7 points per diamond, right? So I'll show you the bracelet now. This takes my breath away. It truly takes my breath away when I see this. And why is, as an artist, I wish I didn't have all this other stuff in the background. There, we'll do this. So, as an artist, this spoke to me immediately. And when you turn this up, look how forward-thinking this person was that purchased this. When we talk about artistry and design, we sometimes don't just talk about a maker or a name or a brand. Okay, so it's okay to talk about, you know, Cartier. It's okay to talk about Tiffany and Company. It's okay to talk about some of the, you know, leaders of luxury goods. When I went into the pawn shop, here, let me show you the receipt too. Let me move, no, I can't move these out of the way. Well, I guess I could. You know what I will do? I'll pause the video. I'll move these out of no, because then, oh boy. Let me pause the video and move these out of the way. I'll be right back. Hold on. So isn't it strange sometimes that in YouTube land, I forget that I have a pause feature? You know, wouldn't it be magnificent if we could just pause life sometimes? So here's the bracelet, and I decided to change the background to black. Let's get in close on these diamonds. I want you to really study these for a reason. These are in the VS clarity. So VS, and I believe they're around, most are around a G or higher, right? So we'll say, yeah, we'll say G or higher. They're so white and so clean. Anyways, in the VS family for quality, 0.7 carats a piece. So if you did the total, there's let me see. Let me grab my notes. Are you ready to see how I make my notes? Look, it's a McDonald's napkin. Okay, so there's, per Jason's calculation, before I really looked at this tag, I came up with 112 diamonds. There's 27 on one side of the bracelet, one half of the bracelet, and then there's 29 on the other half because of these two spaces that are the hidden hinge that are just 18 karat gold, right? So there's that, because there's two sides. So they set the diamonds on both sides of this bracelet. Okay, this is just amazing. It's like a wearable sculpture. I get crazy because look at this. This says, I not only have money, but I have heck of a great style to me. This person says, I understand art, you know? So let's see here. This is called the Edge bracelet. So this is the best. So let's go back to, before I really lose track, we'll go back to what I paid. So let's see here. So this was, let's see here. So this was just the other day. Okay, full transparency, just the other day, literally. Well, from when I'm making this video, just the other day. I don't know when this is gonna air. Let's see here. Bangle, jewelry, 18 karat gold. There's the pennyweights. There's 18 karat gold class bangle. 112 diamonds at 0.0. Okay, there we go. Round diamond. No clarity grade. No color grade. Okay. I also bought a micro pave diamond and pearl necklace, which they missed. That was Elwan Vahan, by the way. Elwan Vahan, fabulous designer. They missed that one by a mile. And a ring with a large blue stone, which we'll talk about this one in another video, for $5 because it included sales tax. So there's the sales tax, and I paid $1,600 with that sales tax added in. I paid $1,600 for this bangle bracelet. All right, so I paid $1,600 for this. So they went down from, and there's the code and there's the tag, and they went down from $24.99.95 to basically $1,500 plus tax. So it was $1,600. So I paid $1,600 for this bracelet. And I didn't know the designer. I didn't know much about the manufacturer because it's signed here, and it's signed with to a person who wouldn't know strange hallmarks, hallmarks that aren't, doesn't say 18 karat. So there's a VT, which is a conjoined mark. We call that in the business, we call that a conjoined hallmark. So the V touches the T. I can't get in there any closer. I wish I could. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can get in closer. Really want you to see these marks. Here I am standing on one leg again, like a flamingo, the usual. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my pointer out because this is important. And this is why you come here. And I know you don't mind when it takes me extra time. There's the VT mark right there. VT. Right next to it is a very complex marking system, which in Paris, where this was exported from, that's a strong indicator of origin and date. Okay, and then right here is this very strange mark. So while you're here, see this? This is a little eagle facing right. Let me see if I can get in on that. There it is. There it's. If you can zoom in on that on your television or your phone, it's a little eagle facing, or falcon facing right. Let me see if I can get my loop and get right in on that mark for you. Give me 1 moment. Because I don't think you could see that very clearly. Let me see if I can see this. Well, I'm going to try this. Oh boy, let's see. My dirty loop. Look how dirty that is. Very, very dirty. Let's see here. Can you all see that better? Maybe. Maybe not. A lot of feedback. Oh, there we go. See that? That's the falcon. Or I guess I could say, I think technically they still consider it an eagle. Let me see. Let's see if, no, I can't zoom in any closer. Anyways, that is the 18 karat gold mark. That indicates this is 18 karat. So if you were to buy this at a thrift store, they might sell this for costume jewelry. They may not have known that this was 18 karat gold. Why the pawn shop knew it was 18 karat? Not because of that hallmark. They knew it was 18 karat gold because they tested the metal. They tested it. They XRF'd it like they do most things. Sometimes they make very big mistakes. Let's talk about the construction on this. It is a hidden hinge. When you see quality workmanship, see, it's so hidden I can't even find it. There we go. Okay, so you lift that up. And then see this little area here that's notched out. You have to lift up on this to get that over there, to then open this up to get this on. And it fully opens to get it on. And I think it's like either a 6.5 or 6 3/4 inch wrist. These are custom made, by the way, custom sizes, each one. And then it locks back in place. You pick it up and it locks back in place here. And then you fold this down. And it snaps in place. So it holds the bracelet closed. But that's a hidden hinge because, look, it doesn't interrupt this design. So you know through the craft and the skill and the genius design that this is incredibly important. So I guess here's the, words to the wise is know your hallmark system. Take a chance and have courage. I've said before, I'm going to do some videos on courage. I'm going to do some videos on insight and intuition. And on this particular day at the pawn shop, I had courage and I followed my intuition. Someone may say, too, it has a lot to do with intelligence and it has a lot to do with experience. It most certainly does. But on this particular day, it took courage and it took intuition to go after this. Not very many people would walk into the pawn shop and spend $1,600 on a bracelet that looks like that. But let me tell you this. Came home and I weighed this. And just in gold just the other day, it was, give me a moment here, it was $1,380 in gold. $1,380 in gold. So what did I really spend on? Almost between 6.72 as my calculation at 0.6, and their calculation would have brought it to 7.84. Okay, so if you do their addition at 0.7 carats, or 7 points a piece per diamond, it would be 7.84 carats. So how much, if you ask a jewelry dealer, how much is 7.84 carats of VS diamonds? Well, I'll tell you this much. I recently had to purchase 4.5 carats smaller stones in this same condition, and dealer to dealer it was like 2,600 or 2,700. It's a lot of money. These are also exactly calibrated stones. Each stone reads just like the next. There's no variable like the earlier diamond bracelet, not picking on it. But again, if you look at, let's do a little comparison. So if you look at this one, this is great. But then when you look at this one, you see the quality difference. When people ask me, can you do a comparison contrast? I just did for you. There you go. So there's the quality comparison contrast. That should teach you what to look for out in the wild. Remember this and remember this. It's okay to buy this to sell. It's okay to buy this and wear this. Fabulous bracelet, nonetheless. If you didn't see these two together, but see, this one says, something different than this one. This one says artistry. This one says wearable sculpture. This says high end. This says luxury. This, is gorgeous. I'm not taking anything away from this, but this is the one that I would focus on, because after 28 years in the business, I've kind of grown tired of certain things. And look at today. I was wearing diamonds with celluloid and rhinestones, and plastic snake bracelet that's painted, and more rhinestones and celluloid. But I mix diamonds with celluloid. I mix diamonds with plastic. So that's the way I've always done my things. I've done things in an artistic manner. I think that's why so many people appreciate, at least my view. Getting back to this. So this is a Paris maker. And of course, when, if you look at this, the maker is Viltier, but it's not, it's Viltier. So it's Viltier, would be like Cartier, Viltier. So it's Viltier. If you look them up, this bracelet is online, and you could do your own research. This bracelet, in just 3 carats of diamonds rather than the 7 carats, I believe the one online is one side is inset with diamonds, is $21,000. Retail is $21,000. They do not mark them down. They do not put them on sale. When you would walk through their door, that's what they would charge. This is an incredible diamond bracelet. So I hope that helped out. I had mentioned this the other day in one of my videos, and I said, I have quite the bracelet to bring on. And I guess this napkin shows, as soon as I got to the car, I just kind of started scribbling stuff down, and then I found, after about 3 hours of research, I found a plain bracelet of this in 18 karat gold that was $6,950 retail. Just plain 18 karat gold, no diamonds. The diamond one with 3 carats is $21,000, and you can look that up online because it's amazing. So from $1,600 of a courageous investment, it's worth $21,000. I'm not going to make a comment on what I'm going to sell this for. That is my business, and I don't want to go there. But I do have I have a feeling that it won't last long. And when I display things in such boxes. That's why when people questioned me earlier, why do you collect old jewelry boxes? Well, I collect old jewelry boxes so that things that are important, are important. It wouldn't be fair to this to put this in a cardboard box. It's not fair. I also have this version, and what I loved about this version, it was upscale. And I liked how that read as well, because it showed the artistry of such skill to create this sculptural piece of wearable art, this sculpture, with diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about this, and you think about the other ones, and you say, well, those are diamond bracelets. This is a sculpture with diamonds. And as the artist at heart, which has always made me a different buyer, a different consumer, and a highly emotional consumer. My emotion when I saw this, not because of what it was made out of, but the design, the language that it spoke for me. As soon as I saw it, like I said, I could talk about this for maybe another, hour. Probably going to bring this to a live feed as well. So if you see this again in a live, don't be disappointed because it's probably going to happen. And as a French designer, and as a quality piece, desirability is really kind of off the charts when you think about such luxury goods. And on that, you're not buying a name. Well, you are, obviously, but you're not buying just a name. You're buying craft, you're buying design, you're buying artistry, and you're buying quality. And it's an investment. It's not for everybody, but that's not the point of this. And the other bracelets are stunning and gorgeous. And let me move my notes out of here to look more professional. Yeah, notes on a McDonald's napkin. Like, I take no pride in what I do. It just shows that I work at this. It just doesn't happen, I work at this, I labor over this, and that's what has made me different. So I'll lay these down. I have to do, some sort of thumbnail for this. So I'll lay these down, and then you'll kind of see, the difference of good, better, best, and then, I don't even know, exceptional, or good, better, best, and Jason's pick. Let's do that, let's do a good, better, and best, and then Jason's pick, So thank you all so much for trusting me. Hope this was okay. Sometimes, the struggle for human words is real, and today was one of those days. Thank you all so much. And again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing me out. Thank you for being considerate. Thank you for being positive. The list rolls on. You all know how important you are to me because I make it a point to make sure that these aren't as important to me as all of you are. And I can say that with truth, and I can say that with honesty. And I thank each and every one of you for the opportunity to do these shows and tells and to try and educate along the way, and of course have some fun. So in honor of me, go order some ordinary Chardonnay. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Go forward with peace and love in your heart because that's what we all need. I love you because I do.